We're Jessica and Jacob. We're your missionaries here in Japan, and we're so excited to share about our life here in Japan.
So we live in a city called Fukuoka. It is in West Japan. There's about 1.6 million people, and it's a very, very beautiful city. We have a little bit of everything. Inside the city, we have big buildings, we have small buildings. There are definitely areas of the city where you're like, wow, we live in Japan, because there are so many people and it's chaos, and that's fun. But then there's other parts of the city where it's more quiet, and it just feels more residential, and you kind of have that small town feel in Japan. So yeah, so we really enjoy Fukuoka. We love it here, and there's a lot of awesome things to be able to do.
And there's also a lot of cool things about the Japanese culture that we get to experience and that we really enjoy. One interesting thing is their love for Pokemon and anime, and you have Godzilla, and you have all these things. So, and you're never too old to be able to like have your favorite Pokemon or to carry plushies around on your bag. And so that's a really unique part of Japanese culture. It's also this unique mix of modern culture and ancient culture. So some of the modern culture, you get the modern life. You live in a big city, and there's a lot of high-tech things. For instance, even the toilets are very high-tech. There's so many buttons. There's a whole panel of buttons with all different kinds of functions. You can heat the toilet seat, and you can play music for privacy. And so it's very
nice.
It's very nice. And it's very high-tech. But then you also have this ancient culture. There's so many traditions, traditional dress, and traditional festivals and holidays. For instance, there's one right now where they have these giant floats that they build up, and there's all different characters or sports teams.
Different areas of the city will actually build their own float that kind of represents what that area of our city is kind of all about.
Yeah, and so you can go and view them, and then one morning, it's at 4:59 a.m. They have a race. These men will sit on top of it with these traditional outfits, and there's probably 20 or more men who carry this big thing, and they will race around this area of the city.
And so people from all over Japan actually come to our city to view this race.
Yeah, so it's very cool to see this intermix of modern and ancient culture. Another big influence that brings in these ancient roots is the religion. So it's very interesting. In Japan, there's a lot of people who don't really think deeply about religion. They don't think about, is there a God or is there not a God? What happens after we die? Is there a heaven? They don't really think deeply about those things for most people. However, there will be traditions that they hold up that are rooted in Buddhism or in Shintoism. And so you'll see many shrines and Buddhist temples around the city that people will visit for holidays or for family gatherings, and they will give gifts to try to appease their ancestors, family members who have died before them, or spirits, so that they can hopefully receive good things in their life and be blessed through that. And so we're coming to share about Jesus, and that he is the true God, and that he comes to bring life now, and purposeful life now, and eternal life.
That's right. And so one thing that we get asked a lot is, what does our daily life here look like? And so right now, and really for the past year and a half, we have just been full-time language study. And so just now recently, we've actually begun meeting with Christian tutors, and they are helping us learn how to share the gospel in Japanese. They're helping us learn how to share our own stories, our own testimonies, and they're also just helping us learn all the different spiritual language, because that language is much more complicated and more difficult. And so they're mentoring us through that. And so and we're also still going to our small Japanese language school during the week as well. And so whenever we're not meeting with our tutors or we're not in school, we go to parks to let Jasper play, but also it's a great place, as I mentioned earlier, to go and meet families, to meet people. So we'll go to parks, and we also go to many coffee shops. We go there to study, we go there to practice our language, and I also get to enjoy coffee, and I love coffee. So it's really good. And once a week, we get one off day, one Sabbath day, and so sometimes we'll have team worship, and then other times we might leave the city and go hiking or go to a more pretty beach that's kind of outside the city. Some days we might just walk in a mall, because we have a bunch of malls here, so we just kind of escape the heat. We get to be outside of our home. And so, yeah, we get to enjoy kind of one off day a week to kind of give our brains a break, because Japanese is very hard. And then also once a week, we've actually been able to host a Bible study in our home in Japanese. It's been very difficult, but God has been very merciful and very gracious, and He has really been with us and still used us even now at our language level to be able to talk about the Bible and to be able to talk about the gospel. So we're very grateful for this opportunity that we've had to be able to have this Bible study in our home. So.
Yeah, so ways that you can be praying for us and for Japan. So one, as you mentioned, the language is very hard. So please pray that we'd be able to progress in the language, learning to communicate well with people, and also learning how to communicate the gospel in a way that is clear and understandable. You can pray for our family. I'm actually pregnant with our second child, so pray for the baby and for the pregnancy to be smooth and healthy, and also pray as we adjust to being a family of 4. And then finally, you can just pray for Japan. Pray that people would be open to having conversations about the gospel and conversations about God. And then ultimately that they would be open to give their life to serve Jesus. So thank you so much for following along with us and for listening to our story. We love you guys.